Well, in the wokest of worlds, only those most wicked, whatever, survive. So, yeah, you would think at 63, man would have figured it all out, would have come to some conclusions, would have realized what makes him happy and what makes him mad. Well, it turns out a lot of shit makes me mad, but yet, it's good to wake up in the morning and find something new that flips the trigger and, stands the wood or whatever. But so, in moving, being forced to move from my most recent home of 12 years, I have been considering this and that and everything else, and I've been querying friends that I trust, friends who have opinions that I trust, which are very few, and turns out if I could collate, combine, minimize, summarize, whew, not a lot of good information there. Most of them haven't traveled. So, turns out I have to walk into the bathroom. That means I have to get up and go make a cup of coffee, wait for it, and then give me ili samsa. So you come. I count to 120 in Korean while I'm waiting for the coffee because otherwise I am impatient and I start drinking cold coffee. So I get that cup of coffee, I put a little sugar in there, stir it all up. And I walk into the bathroom and I look in the mirror and I go, "Hey, we got a situation here. We're gonna have to do something. Are you? Hey, look at me! Look at me! Are you looking at me? Pay attention! Stop sipping your. Stop that! Look into my eyes." Finally, after I get the guy's attention, we have the convo. Oh, I hate that word. I don't know who invented that, but that was. I mean, there should be, like, we should be able to use gay in a couple of different ways. It's like there's gay, which, men who like men, that's okay, go just do it over there, put up a curtain or something. I don't want to see it happening. And then there should be the other gay, it's like, just what the fuck's wrong with you, boy? Were you out there getting chased by pigs on the farm? Running, yeah! It's a vision that only I have, turns out. But I have that conversation once in a while, boy. And so, in this adventure that I am on, during now continuing forward for who knows how long, I've had a lot of fun. Learning a lot about different friends and their opinions and so on, and meeting a lot of people that are out there trying to rent their places and stay safe and do what they need to do to feel safe. And and now my buddy Scott, who I consider one of the nicest guys in the world. Scott, if you're listening, I'm hamming it up just to make you feel good, okay? Maybe, some of it's true. Fuck. I'm not a nice guy. Yeah, so anyway, there are people, so Scott. So his idea is, man, I'm not getting along with my wife. I need to do something. Now, this is me, and, quote, let me start over. I'm going to say quote, then I'm going to say something, and then I will say unquote when Scott is done talking. So this is Scott. Quote, 1995 Rexall Airbus. That looks good. Let's see what the pictures look like. Well, 34,000. Yeah, I can do that. Let's see what kind of amenities does it looks good. It has there's an air conditioner and there's some sun panels. So sun panels, solar panels. Right, all that on the roof. It's got a big window in the front so you can see out and see where you're going. I like this. So let's look at the details. So we bought, I'm reading the ad now. We bought the 1995 Rexall in 2020 remodeled we remodeled it for glamping, unquote. Okay. Now, now, you got to come along with me on this one. They're typos. And anybody who types. I did not learn to type as a kid. I learned to type as a as a teacher in a foreign country because I had to. I even learned to type in Korean, which is much easier. It's much easier to type in Korean than it is in English. I can still remember, if I get drunk enough, I can still remember how to type in Korean. And I can read it. Nobody else can read it, but I can. Thank God there are no Koreans around. But glamping? No, that's not a typo. Glamping? I don't care what the rest of the ad says. I'm not going in the 34-foot. What was it called? It was called a Aerbus. Rexall. Not if there was glamping going on. I am not going anywhere near where the glampers were. Who knows what glampers do in the Airbus when nobody's looking? And they probably don't have a product you can spray on the wall and use in black light to determine whether they were glamping here or glamping there. But let's go ahead and read the rest of the ad. Quote, here's a full list of the custom upgrades done to the interior. New custom upholstery on 2 captain's chairs, pull-out sofa bed, recliner, dining table, new vinyl plank flooring with thermal padding, unquote. Oh. The glampers. These glampers sound more like pussies to me. Thermal plank floors. What the fuck? What happened to slippers or shoes? You can't walk across you need some fucking artificially heated vinyl plank. It's fucking vinyl plank. You ever? I'd like to burn the fucking vinyl plank warehouse down. Whoever started that shit. I like wood. I want wood. If I'm going to walk across the floor, I want wood. Okay? Fucking vinyl plank flooring. All right, let's see what else they got to say. Quote. All new LED recessed lights, front and back, with some separate dimmer switches. Unquote. Oh. LED lighting with separate dimmer switches. Well, guess what, glampers? Have you ever seen one switch that turns everything off and on? No, you haven't. I'm starting to think that glamper is some kind of, what do they call it? A word that, is not as offensive as the real word. But I'm starting to think that glamper is one of those for fucking idiot. Separate? Of course they're separate. Fuck. You gonna turn the world on and off with one big switch? No. Quote. New LED reading lights with built-in USB chargers. All cabinets are painted white and new nickel-plated handles. Quote. Oh. I hope the fuck these people don't live anywhere near me. They're advertising. Everything was painted white and we nickel plated it all. Put some distance between me and that. And the worst thing is, these people probably have a bunch of money and I got none. So they get to make the decisions. Ah, fuck. Everything was painted white and we nickel painted it all. Distance. Oh, dear God. Dear God, if you're up to, I swear I'll never do anything wrong again. Put some distance between me and the nickel plater, white painter people. Oh, shit. I'd go back into the quote unquote stuff, but my stomach hurts. Jesus Christ, man. Oh. Now, I definitely get the urge to, be free. Freedom! I can still picture Mel Gibson on that table. Last word. As they chopped his head off. Sometimes I wish someone would chop my head off. But, oh, shit. And I'm going to come back around, bringing this all back around. So in selling my stuff, all of my stuff, I got some pretty cool stuff I have to sell that I've created over the years. I met some very interesting people. And in fact, I talked to this guy today. He's bought a couple of things from me. And he's a young kid. He's only 20 years old and he's gay. And it took a while for, us to get around to that part of the conversation. But super smart kid. Man, my God, what a smart kid. And we had a great conversation, at least from my perspective. He's probably thinking, yeah, I'll humor the old fuck. But anyway, so he came down and picked up all the rest of the instruments that are in my house today. I sold him. I just said, hey, take them all. Give me $20. Just take it. Get it out of my house. I got to move anyway. And so he and his dad came down. His dad hops out of the what do they call it? Toyota, whatever. And it's like looking in a mirror. I'm like, are you me or am I you? His dad has the long hair. He's dressed sloppily, and he smells a little bit. But anyway, so moving, strangely, brings one back to life, and it always has for me. Yeah, I've never felt more alive than when I'm on the road, and somehow just moving, just getting rid of stuff, has given me the on the road feeling. I first went on the road by reading Jack Kerouac's On the Road book back in 1990. Read that book, got rid of everything I owned, walked across the U.S. Mexican border with one of those pink American Tourister suitcases, and that was all I owned. What was in that suitcase, and basically it was underwear. You never have enough underwear wherever you're going. If they run out of your size, what are you gonna do? Yeah, you see what I'm saying. But yeah, it's a strange thing. So, Scott, if you're listening, which I doubt anybody has made it this far, unless you really don't like yourself. I like the 1995 Rexall, despite the current owners who paint things white and try to nickel plate things, and it's like a Chevy Chase movie. I can see them both up there in the front seat smiling with teeth that are 3 times the size of normal teeth, looking down on people as they pass by. Hey, howdy, how you doing? But if I were to buy one, I think that would be the one, the Rexall Aerbus. That's pretty cool. If you can get, maybe get them to take back the white paint and the nickel plate and get a discount. Okay, I guess I'm ranted on long enough. Who knows where we're all going to end up? And one thing that has come around to me in the thought process is things are not what they were, and they should never be what they were. And what they were was, I think, not far below the ultimate perfection. I think we may have glanced off, bounced off, got near perfection in our lives. And one has to adjust. What's a reasonable expectation going forward? And in attempting to accommodate for the realities, the real challenge is to not compare a reasonable expectation to the perfection, that life that we were fortunate enough to lead. Maybe we should just say thank you, whoever, whatever, and move on and adjust. Hey, yeah, we can still get perfection for any given situation, right? Okay, this is perfection for this. But there is a perfection, and I think we lived it. We had the friends around. You know, when you do the taste testing, you know, you put that guy's life in a cup and her life in a cup, and let's grab someone over there, put them in a cup, and you do all the taste testing. I liked my life with all you guys out there. I'm not going to start naming names because, of course, I'm going to leave someone's name out, and then I'm fucked. There goes perfection. But I have to say, for about 10 years, I was a happy puppy. I couldn't have imagined at that time how it could have got better. And I surely cannot imagine how it could have gotten better. Whew! Perfection. Now, Scott, if you're out there listening, we're looking at the 1995 Rexall Aerbus. And that's looking pretty close to perfection. You know, who knows? I mean, every time I hop on a bus or a plane, subway, and go somewhere, whatever, different country, different city, different whatever. When I was living in Tokyo, a buddy of mine, a fellow teacher, and I used to get on we'd get on the subway. And the great thing about living in Tokyo is you got subways going off in all different directions to remote places. And so we'd just randomly go get on a subway, you know, on a Friday night and just go. Sometimes we'd just close our eyes or take a nap, and we wake up, we'd get off wherever we were, and we'd go explore that town. And that was perfection. You got to have there have to be some unknowns. And I think the 1995 Rexall Aerbus will provide some of that. Can't plan too much. Yeah, people say, you got to plan. You got to have a plan. Well, fuck you. You know what I say? You got a plan? Yeah. You ain't going nowhere. You're going to be home planning. Yeah, so what is the perfection for this phase of life? There is some way to approach this that makes sense. Don't want to sit around feeling sorry for yourself. Don't do that. Whew. Reminds me of living in New Orleans and those poor boys. Oh, man, they make good sandwiches in New Orleans. I don't know why that came up, but I'm not being perfect here, you know. There's no logical thread to all this. Sure looks fun though. $34,000 though for a frickin' bus. I owned a bus at one time. We paid $600 for it. My older brother and I, we tore all the seats out of it. It was an old school. No, it was a church. Well, it was a school bus, and then church bought it and then painted church on the side. And then Robert and I bought it, and we tore all the seats out and built a couple beds in the back. We're getting ready to guss it up for summer in Mexico. We were going to go take that church bus and travel all over Baja California and surf, and it never happened because we both got jobs and had to have real lives, boring fucking lives. We should have done that before we got trapped in the fucking machine. He never escaped. To this day, he's never done anything. I just talked to him tonight. He's boring as fuck. He still golfs a couple times a week, and his life sucks. He's married to a woman he doesn't love. And he's constantly telling me, well, yeah, you have to make compromises when you get married. And, you know, lives in a $12 million house in Santa Barbara next to Brad Pitt. No shit. He lives next door to Brad Pitt, has a house next door to him. People tell me I'm bullshitting about that, but fuck, I'll put you on the phone with him. He can tell you too. He's got all kinds of money. And he ain't happy. You know what Robert needs? My older brother needs? He needs a 1995 Rexall Airbus and a surfboard and a passport to cross the border into Mexico. We'll go surfing. Well, funny, the thoughts and emotion that getting rid of your stuff will evoke. Because some of the stuff I've created, I actually do physical art, other than the spoken assault on people's senses that I do like this. In my YouTube videos, I do physical art. And I can weld. Ah, fuck. But I've been very fortunate to have met some very interesting people in selling things. If you sell something that you've created by hand, generally you encounter people who are of similar mindset, and they appreciate that something went into this. This isn't just some physical thing that you're transferring to me, and blah, blah, blah. 2 hours on the phone with a gay guy, a gay kid, 20 years old. He's a brilliant kid. Then he shows up at my house with his dad. His dad gets out of the Toyota Land Cruiser, whatever it was, and it's like looking in a mirror. What? The adventure continues. Now I'm really enjoying selling my stuff. I think I might go into making art as a living, just so I can sell it and interact with people. All right. So who knows? We got 30. We got 9 plus 28. What's that? Well, what's that all add up to? A bunch. Maybe 37 if you know math. 37 days and counting until I got to be out of here. So, the party is on the 26th. That's a Sunday, February 26th. If that is a rain day, according to the rain forecast, it defaults to the 25th automatically. Everybody should just shift. And if both of those days are expected to be rain days, well, we're fucked. No party. No send-off. We're just gonna skedaddle off into the sunset, head down, getting rained. I don't know if you can see the sunset when it's raining, but it's a nice thought. All right, signing off.